Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday. I wanted to talk to you about something that's been on my heart for, well, it's been on my heart for a while, but this weekend alone, three people in my hometown has passed away, and there could be more because the sirens just keep going off and keep going off and keep going off, and it's very disheartening. It's very scary. It's very painful for the people that are left behind and who care. And it's the biggest controversy that's going on around here right now, around where I live. I'm not sure what's going on where you live, but there's a heroin epidemic that has just swept across our county that it's taking my friends, it's taking my family, it's taking the people I love. And I wanted to give my 2 cents worth. Obviously, I'm nobody as far as I'm no specialist on anything or have any degrees of any kind. As a matter of fact, I'm a high school dropout with a GED. But what I have been through is drug addiction, and that's really hard to say out loud to you, but it's true. And I've got a lot going on in my life right now, and that's why a lot of these videos that are coming out has been some of my sadder stuff, but it's what's on my mind. It's what's on my heart right now, and God's laying it on there for me to share it with you. Maybe somebody will hear it. I uh, I would keep saying that my daughter was 8 the last time that I chose to do cocaine, but honestly, she was younger than that. I'm wanting to now say maybe 6. The more I think about it, it's probably been more like 22 years. I've definitely passed the 20-year mark. Um, and it's crazy because all of the things that I've done in the past 20 plus years, it's weird because you can do a zillion things right and nobody remembers the things you do right, but everybody holds on to the things you done wrong. And I'm okay with saying it out loud now because I've worked hard to overcome it. And even the people that want to say I haven't, that's their problem. That's their nightmare. Um, Drug addiction and me, I don't know. Whenever I met up with cocaine, I'll tell you, it was life changing. I went through a lot in my life, through my childhood and stuff. And the more you're exposed to things, the more okay things become. And I did fall into the vicious cycle. I did, and it was an addiction. There's no other way of putting it. It got to the point I lived for it. I wanted it. I would do anything for it. It helped me in my eyes when I was the addict. In which, when I say I was, I'll tell you, to this day, I am still an addict. It's been over 20 years. And to this day, if I done it, I would be right back into it. I love it. I love everything about it. I love the way it makes me feel. I love the way that I just love everything. I'm not even going to go into that. But what I also want people to understand is I made those choices every time. And it went on for years. This wasn't a one day addiction. This ain't something I tried and, moved on. Things that you are addicted to is it doesn't have to be a drug. It can be coffee. It can be cigarettes. It can, and people don't look at it like that. But if you get your headaches and mean and crabby and stuff because you didn't drink your coffee, you have a caffeine addiction. If you are smoking your cigarettes and you know that you have problems, heart problems, blood pressure, whatever, all the horrible things, and you still choose to do it, you're addicted to it. Those are addictions. Now, it may not be life and death. Well, I guess in some ways they are life and death, but it's not life and death that's going to take you like this heroin epidemic is doing up here. Um, I believe, I know, there was nobody going to make me stop until I was ready to stop. I had to hit rock bottom. I had to crash and burn because each time I chose to do it, and I still say it's a choice. And again, I am nobody. I'm not a specialist by any means, or I'm giving you my opinion of something that I went through. I believe it is a choice, not a disease. I know people with diseases. I know people with cancer who are losing their breast, who has lost parts of their colon, who walks around with bags strapped on their side now because, they can't function properly because of the disease within them. And I'll tell you right now, if it was a choice, if it was something like heroin, they would quit. Each time you choose to do this, and it is a choice. Now I grant you, maybe you chose to do it because you're so sick, and it's not easy to get past any addiction. Any addiction. Again, even back to the cigarettes and coffee or whatever. Anything that controls you is hard to give up. And I don't believe that you will ever do it for somebody else. I know people that say, if they love me, they're going to give it up. But life is going to have problems. It's like what I've been going through now for over 6 months now. And I've been through divorces, I've been through split ups, I've been through a few things here and there. But nothing's been as hard as what I've went through these past 6 months or so. But each day I choose to not allow the cocaine to take back over, because I tell you, when I'm feeling like I feel here today, it would be really easy to give in because you want to feel better, and I understand why people go back. And I'm not putting anybody, I love everybody. I can't say there's one person on this earth that I hate. So I don't care what your addiction is. I love you and I understand it. But I also feel it's your choice as to how you handle it. I know it's your choice because I've been there. Now, when I quit the cocaine, and I tell you, I had to lose it all. Let me tell you, if I had back what went up my nose, I would be living in a very nice home, a house, things could be so different in our life. Our life is just a bunch of choices. And no matter where we are today, it was exactly what we wanted at some point. So remember that. And it mainly, your choices affect somebody else. Even, like I said, we've lost 3 people, and the sirens just keep going off. A lot of them they're bringing back, and they're giving them 7 and 8 doses of Narcan, and I don't even know what the maximum is, and I don't know what the side effects of that's going to be. Maybe they brought you back here, but all this stuff they put into you to bring you back, I don't know what it's going to do to your mind in time to come and any of that. So even though you lived through it, doesn't mean that you're not going to still pay for it, in which we pay for it regardless. Like I said, of all the things I've done right in these 20 plus years, everybody wants to remember my addiction that I went through, and I'm proud of me, whether they are or not. I am, because it's hard. I tell you, it would be really easy to give in. It would be really easy to give in, but I choose not to, and I choose to take that strength from them. And I mean, people are going to point their fingers at you, but they're going to point their fingers at you regardless. Do what's right for you. Do what's right for your family. Don't let them be without, because right now, these 3 deaths, and there's a lot of, I don't know, I don't even want to go into it, but I'll tell you one thing right now, people loved them. Maybe they didn't know it, maybe they couldn't see it, because they needed to feel better. I don't even know how to explain what drugs do to you, but it takes you from this frame of mind where you just, I don't know, miserable in your own head, yelling at yourself about all the things that you've done wrong. Even I don't know about you, but I pick on me more than anybody else could. If I screw something up, and I tell you, if you're doing things in life, you're going to screw up. If you're doing something, nobody's perfect out here. You're going to make mistakes. Don't make the mistake of going for an addiction, though. Don't give the people the pleasure of saying that you fell off the wagon. Because I tell you, there's a lot of people out there just ready to point their fingers at you. They want to point their fingers at you because somehow they justify what's wrong in their life by pointing their fingers at you and pointing out what's bad in your life. Somebody loves you. Somebody's going to miss you. Somebody wants you here. Don't make the choice to do it. It can kill you. And I'll tell you right now, what's killing these people is not the heroin. I can tell you exactly, because like I said, I was into cocaine so bad. I mean, you can't even imagine. You really cannot imagine. What happens is, the dealers that you're buying from, they're doing this stuff themselves. Therefore, when they get it, they're cutting it down. They're going over here and they're buying, I don't know, I've heard elephant tranquilizers and all that. They're buying other things to step on it with. Now, if you've never been into drugs, you probably don't know what that means. That means that they take what's pure and they slice it down because they want to keep, for themselves. They're consuming the stuff themselves. Or they're trying to make more money. Usually, though, it's because they're doing it themselves. And they step on it with something else. And this something else is deadly. It's killing people. It's killing them at a massive rate. But they want you to still get that high. So the stuff that they're cutting it with is what's killing you. And that's for their own selfish reasons. It's for their own addiction. But either way, you're the one going to pay the price. If you choose to do it, you're the one. Okay? And maybe by that ain't even exactly true. Because if you end up dead, no, there's way worse things than death. You could end up a vegetable. You could end up, with somebody else wiping your butt the rest of your life because you fried your mind so bad that you can't even remember. And really, it's the other people who suffer, the people who do love you, the people who do want you to be sober, the people who wanted you here. And believe it or not, as bad as it is right now, and the people around, and these people that are hating on you, they may even be your family. Honestly, families usually the ones that are hurting you the worst because them's the ones you work the hardest to try for. They're the ones that you want to love you. They're the ones that you give for. So whenever they smack you down, it's really easy to just fall off that wagon and say, oh, well, nobody cares anyway. But that's not true. There's a whole world of people out here who care. Look for them. They do love you. Don't make the choice to start it. I'll tell you another thing. I don't understand why people ever try it because you know the effect. You're going to the grave. Whether it's this one or the next one or the next one, you are going to get a bad batch of this stuff. When you're looking at this heroin and the things that people are crushing it with and like I said, it's for their own gain. I've been out here enough now. I haven't been in the heroin per se, but the addiction's got to be the same. Anything that, the heroin takes them to a point that that's not the buzz I ever looked for. The buzz that I looked for was I wanted to do more. I wanted to be here and there. I wanted to go, I had to keep my job. I had to keep my energy. So up is where I needed to be. I'd go days. I'd go weeks without sleep. I would, just because, and again, I was trying to please other people. I was trying to please everybody, and keep my life going. But there is other ways. There's other ways to get strength. You can honestly get strength just from the people you're around. When I had to make the choice that I had to quit, I had to. And let me tell you, it was because I'd lost it all. It's because I'd hit rock bottom. It's not like I just said, oh, I think I'm going to quit today. You know, there was a ton of people telling me, you're gonna die. I remember one day Joey sitting there telling me, that, and Joey's dead now. Joey's dead. But I remember him being worried about me, that I was gonna die, and that I better slow down. You know, my Uncle Andy, again, he's gone now. But he would, you gotta control yourself. Most drug addicts, a lot of drug addicts know when you're getting to a point. My Uncle Andy would go and turn himself into a rehab every so often just to dry himself out. And the reason that it took the rehab is he had to get away from the people, because the more you're around anything, the more okay it becomes. I don't care what it is, even down to cussing or whatever. You pick up on the lingo around you. You pick up on the things around you. You get okay with what's going on, even if you didn't like it in the beginning. The more you're around it, the more okay it becomes. That's just life. We learn to adapt. We are adaptable people. We learn to adapt to it. So Uncle Andy would go and he would turn himself in every so often and dry himself out, because that was his desire. Though if the court would have made him go, he wouldn't have got nothing out of it. It has to be within you. I personally believe drug addiction is a choice. Now, don't get me wrong, the first time I done coke, it was not a choice to become addicted to it. But because I chose to do it, and because I chose to do it again and again, that was my choice. As quitting was my choice. I don't believe it's a disease. Again, this is my personal opinion. I am not an expert at anything, but I'll tell you, I've lived real life. And you have to make the choice within you. Your family can't do it for you. Your friends can't do it for you. Your doctor, the police officer, and the judge cannot do it for you. You have to choose to be a better person. You have to choose that you don't like the person that you are on this stuff. You have to choose that you're going to build your life, that you're going to change what's in it. And to do that, the people that I ran around with, the people that I partied with, and I love them. I still to this day love every one of them. But I can tell you, I don't know where they are. I had to get away from it, because the more I was around it, the more okay it was, And I love it. The only way I control it is I do none of it. And I know right now that, the rumors with my job, when Mom and Dad, took my job because of the ordeal with me and my daughter and stuff, which, I don't know, of course, people tried to bring up my past. That's their problem, not mine. But I'll tell you, one of them that started the rumor, and I don't know, I'm not 100% sure that my own family didn't start these rumors. I don't know who did, but I'll tell you right now, inside me, I know the truth. I'll put a hair follicle test up. I have nothing to hide. I have 20 plus years clean. You're not going to find anything in it. But I do it for me. Today, I will stay sober because of my choice, not because somebody made me. I don't believe people with a disease gets a chance to make the choice. You have the chance to make the choice. Choose not to do it. Choose to stay away from it. Choose a different group to run around with. Now, I'm not saying dislike, hate on, talk about, or run down the people that are doing it. I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying if you choose to be around it, before long you're going to accept it. It's up to you what you accept in life. It's up to you what you do with your life. Today I'm going to make a choice to go and get this homecoming started. I'm choosing to try and focus on what's good versus what's bad. Because there's always going to be bad. Satan will come at you, and he comes at you hard. Don't give in to him. When you choose to now, I never stuck needles in my arm or anything. They say that's a worse addiction. I don't know. I have a phobia of needles. I hate getting my allergy shots. I really do. I I don't know, my addiction never went, but I tell you, I wasn't any less addicted. It doesn't, but I'm telling you, these people are stepping on stuff. These people are doing it for their own gain, and if you choose to go get it, each time you choose to take it, you're choosing to take a 50-50 chance of whether or not you're going to wake back up. And you're choosing whether or not you're going to hurt the ones that love you, because the ones that love you, they're the ones that are hurting when you're gone. They're the ones that are hurting when you're the vegetable, or when you can't be you, be the person that they love. Make the right choice and do it for you, because every day there's going to be 1,000 reasons to go for that high, to feel better. But it's not an answer. It's a very temporary choice. I believe it's a choice. Again, this is just my opinion. And I hope that you find some strength within you, because that's where your strength has to come from. Reach out to God. God's just standing here waiting for you to make the choice of Him. Don't reach out to the people who are going to put you down into the ground where they're just out for their own personal gain, and I'm not being mean. Again, I can't say I like everybody. I truly believe in my heart that you can love somebody without liking them. Just because I don't like the action somebody has does not mean I don't love the person. Everybody out here, and mostly I'm talking to the people on drugs. I'm not really talking to the people that aren't, because if you're sober and if you've never experienced this, honestly, you can't even hardly relate to it. It's really easy to say, well, why? Why would you even? Because you're looking to get away from it. You're looking to get away from all of this anger in your heart or in your head, or the things that are around you. But I'll tell you right now, drugs is never going to take you to where you need to be, ever. The only one that can fix this is you, and you got to do it sober. I'll tell you, since all of this has been going on, I've pretty well just kind of like fell out of the mix. A lot of my friends say, what's happened to you? I can't really be out running and partying, because I enjoy a drink. I enjoy it, but drinking don't control me. Some people have alcohol addictions, therefore they can't go out. Now I can go out and I can drink and such, on this Friday night, and it may be another 2-3 months before I drink again. That doesn't mean that the guy who has an alcohol addiction can do the same, because it controls them. Everybody's thing is different. Every body is different. Your body is going to enjoy something different than somebody else's. Control yourself. The only one that can control you is you. Like I said before, it has nothing to do, the judge may be able to temporarily take it from you. He may be able to stick you in a jail cell. The cop might be able to pull you over. Your family may be able to stop you while they watch you here and there. But it's there. If you want it, it's there. Make the choice not to. Make the choice to know somebody loves you. I love you. I want you to be good. I want you to make it. I know you can. I know you can do it sober too. And it's harder sober, but that's the only answer, because I promise you, if you turn to the drugs, it's just going to get harder. Even though right now it feels better, it's going to be harder tomorrow. If you live till tomorrow, the stuff these people are doing, the drug dealers are doing, they're killing you, and they don't care. They don't care that they're putting elephant tranquilizer in you. They don't care that they're putting car battery stuff in you. They don't care what it's doing to you. They care about that dollar that they made that they can replenish themselves. Don't give it to them. Make the choice to be a better you, because in the long run, you're going to love you more sober. Even though it's not going to be easy. It's going to take months to get past this. It's It's going to take a long time. And I'll tell you another thing. The people pointing their fingers at you, it's going to be even harder. The people looking at you when you walk in, the things they say, the whispers under their breath, prove them wrong. It's okay. It's okay. You made a mistake. You've done it. Choose to be better. Choose to get past it. Choose to not feed their their vision of who you are. Okay? Everybody might not see you for the person that you really are. That's okay. It really is. You know, you weren't sent here to change everybody's opinion. You were sent here to take care of you. Make the choice for you. I believe, though, a disease, in my opinion, is not a choice. I know people with diseases, and if they had the choice, no matter how hard it was to get past it, I believe they would choose something different. I can honestly say, without my animals, they're my strength. And I know to a lot of people that's weird, and that's okay. That's okay for me to be weird to you. You know, that's okay. I'm sure there's a lot of things in your life I think's weird too. We weren't all designed to be the same people. The world would be a very boring place if we was. We're each individuals. And again, that's okay. Choose to be an individual. Choose to walk away from the crowd. I'm not saying be rude to the people. You know, again, you can love people and not socialize and stuff with them. I don't go hang out in the house where I know that they're going to be doing a bunch of cocaine because I don't want to tempt me. Even though I'm telling you, I choose to be sober and I won't do it again because that's the only way I can control it. It has total control of me if I give it to them. If I give in to coke, then I have gave in to its control. I'm in control. I choose to say no. I make the choice each day to say no. Trust me, Satan's going to throw things in your path that are going to make you want to go back. It's going to make you want that buzz. It's going to make you want to feel better than this. Don't do it. Don't give in to it. Be happy in your life. Choose to be happy. Even though tears come, sadness comes, you do that stuff only comes because you have feelings. Quit trying to cover up. It's easy to cover up feelings with drugs. Trust me. It's really easy to cover up feelings with drugs. It's really hard to face reality without them. But you can do it. You can make that choice and you can be strong. I have to go because I have chosen that I'm going to be a primate rescuer. And that's maybe why I had to go through all that crap, is for me to be able to see the greater plan in life. I don't know. But I'm going to go do that plan. And I hope that you find what your greater plan is in life and choose to follow it. You know, you were put here for a purpose, for a reason. Figure out what it is. And it took me 47 years to be able to even say, you know, I'm a bad person. I've made bad choices. But I'm going to spend the rest of my life undoing these choices. And I can, like I said, I can honestly say it's been 20 plus years that every single day I choose to remain sober. I choose to walk away because I could get it. It's on every street corner. I wouldn't even have to go a block away to get it, you know, from the village I was raised in. And I'm not insulting my village because I live in a town with some of the best people on earth. I really do. But it is there. It is there, and it's there by the plenty. Choose to walk away from it. Choose to wake up tomorrow. Choose to make a better choice. Choose to be stronger. Choose to follow your dream. Even though you've got this whole entire group of people who are just waiting for you to fail, choose to prove them wrong. It's okay. Have a great day. I love you, and I hope your choices make you a better you and a stronger you.